Hi everybody. In this video I'm going to show you how to shorten the sleeves of a t-shirt. I want to apologize that it has taken me so long to get this video done. I had some issues with my machine and then timing, and I don't want to get into the whole thing, but I'm finally able to do it. So I don't have a man's shirt, so I'm using just a woman's shirt that I got on at the thrift store. And as you can see, I've already cut it. It used to be a long sleeve, but in my other attempt to record this video, I got this far and there was a problem with the recording. So I'm having to just redo it and start here. So when you are hemming a t-shirt and the stretch is here and, across ways like this, and you need to hem it, you're going to use either, you can call it a twin needle or a double needle, and it kind of is a mock cover stitch. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's two lines of stitching here. Let me see if I can see this, catch this in the light. And this is what the twin needle does. If you don't use a twin needle, you're going to have to use a single needle and use a zigzag. Now I picked up a couple packs of needles. I have a 2.5 millimeter and a 4 millimeter, and I am going to use the 4 because I like the wider needles. I like the way it looks on the shirt. So all you need to do is put your shirt on and take your chalk, and I will leave a link in the description on the kind of chalk that I use. And I would mark your shirt wherever you want it. If you want it by the elbow, if you want it a little bit higher, mark it. And I'm marking it right here on this line. And because of that, I cut it down to this line. An inch or an inch and a half is good, past where you want it hemmed to. So I'm going to have it hemmed here. I cut it down here, which is 1¼ inches. And that gives me enough fabric to work with when you fold it under. Because when you sew with a twin needle, you sew from the top of the shirt, not the underside. So make your mark on your arm, measure how far up it is from the cut edge or from the original hem, and mark it. And this is what I do since I'm marking it on this line. Just mark it here, flip it up, and then mark the back. And do that on both sleeves. Okay, now when you're working with the twin needle, you're going to have to use two threads. I have the spool of thread here on this spindle, and it looks like I'm supposed to have one here, but there's nothing that came in my pack that actually fits here. So I use a bobbin for the second one, and I just put some kind of container at the end of my machine, and I drop it down here. Now you're going to take the threads and you're going to thread your machine with both threads, and then when you come down to the needle, you're going to put one in one needle and one in the other needle. Now what I'm going to do is fold my shirt on the chalk mark that I made. Now because the way the sleeve is cut, you're not going to have this go straight on the line. See how that is? That's just the way it is because it's cut at an angle. It's just the way it's going to be. So make that nice and straight where there's not going to be any folds or any weird wrinkles in it. And what I do is I just take that fold and I align it to the right side of my presser foot. Okay, I'm aligning this fold to the right side of my presser foot. Now, if you want to take up the sides or the underarm of your sleeve and the sides of your shirt, do it now before you hem your shirt. And it can be done using a single needle, using a zigzag stitch. Or if you have a serger, you can just serge off to taper that shirt. Now, if you sew this and the area that you're sewing is puckered or it stands too high and you don't like it, then bring down your tension. Okay, I forgot to mention that when you're sewing this, be sure not to pull on your fabric. Don't stretch it when you're doing it. Now that it's finished, we're going to turn it inside out. And you can use a regular pair of scissors, but this is what I use. And they're called duck-billed scissors. And this allows you to get really close to the threads. And even so, you need to make sure that you don't cut into them. And this is all you need to do. It's really super easy. This works for sleeve length. It works for the hem of the shirt. It's just really super easy and gives it a nice clean finish too. And when you're finished trimming this off, just take it to the ironing board and press it and give it some steam and help that whatever stretching might have occurred in the sewing just to help recover, its original shape. So that's it. You just clean it up and press it out, and that's how you hem your shirt sleeves. And that's what they look like. And it stretches. This fabric doesn't have a whole lot of stretch to begin with, but that's how you do it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. Thank you. Bye.